Hello to all you parents, guardians, and members of the public that came to this brief presentation this evening. My name is Andy Carlson. I'm the principal here. First and foremost, I want to thank you for coming to our informational meeting about the Iowa Corps. We really appreciate your interest in what you're doing, and what we're doing, and why we're doing it. It means a lot to myself and to our entire staff. Today we're going to talk about the Iowa Corps. What is it? Why was it developed? How does it impact your child? Why do we use it to drive our teaching? I would also be more than happy to share this presentation with you if you'd like a copy of it. And also, please feel free to spread and share it with others who may have not been able to attend this evening. It is important that we spread this information to as many people as possible, so they also, understand what we're doing, why we're doing it. I have a clipboard sitting in the back on that table back there, so feel free to put your email address, and I'd be more than happy to send it to you. And then in turn, if you want to share it with somebody, that's fine. And I also want to state right at the beginning, I'm not disappointed in any parents that were unable to make it tonight. I know, that we have busy lives with work and family and everything else that life throws on us, activities. That's why I want to emphasize the sharing of this presentation for anyone who can't make it. I'll try to make this brief and really hit on the highlights of the Iowa Corps, but first I would want everyone to turn to your shoulder partner and just talk to them briefly. What do you know about the Iowa Corps? What maybe you don't know? What do you want to learn? That way we can continue with this as we move forward. You can either kind of confirm those beliefs or maybe dispel a rumor that you heard that might be untrue. I think that helps us move forward, gives us a good starting point. So let's take 30 seconds to a minute to share now. Okay? All right, excellent. All right, I hope everyone had a good conversation with their shoulder partner. I'm now going to briefly go over the history of the Iowa Corps so that you have an idea of how it came to be. I think that's important that we understand that this wasn't just thrown together haphazardly. It was very intentional, it took time to develop. But before we talk about the Iowa Corps, I think we need to talk about the Common Core. Now, that's the larger, kind of bigger picture here. Two state groups, the National Governors Association and the Council for Chief State School Officers, created the Common Core standards in 2009 and 2010. That's according to the Department of Education. The Common Core grew out of grew out of a desire to make sure that teachers and parents shared high expectations for students so they could succeed in our increasingly competitive global market. The Iowa Corps began with a legislative effort to set consistent standards, consistent expectations for high schools across the state. In 2005, the state legislature passed Senate File Bill 245, which required the Department of Education to develop a set of standards or expectations for high school students. In 2005, Governor Chet Culver at the time signed Senate Bill 2216 into law, and that required full implementation of the Iowa Corps into all public and accredited non-public schools. And then the Iowa State Board of Education voted 6-0 on July 29, 2010, to adopt the Common Core standards as part of the Iowa Corps. This vote allowed for the blending of the Iowa Corps and the Common Core together with the goal of making sure Iowa students met high state academic standards to be ready for college or career training after high school. The Common Core standards did not replace our state-mandated content standards, but they became part of the Iowa Corps, which all schools had to implement by 2014. Iowa and other states were allowed to include up to 15% of additional items in the Common Core state standards. Iowa is looking to make these additions to enhance the already strong alignment with the Iowa Corps, or the Common Core. For example, we have Iowa history standards embedded in our Iowa Corps. Now, other states obviously aren't going to include Iowa history standards in their own standards. They might have their own state standards, or things that they want to include in their core. So that's where they differ a little bit, and that's where Iowa does have some autonomy to add what they want. So that just gives you a little brief history. Why does it work? How does it work really? Having a set of standards in place that establishes what Iowa students need to learn without dictating how to teach it ensures that every student gets the same education in every classroom without wondering if certain topics or skills are going to get glossed over. We need the Common Core state standards in the Iowa Corps to ensure that all students, no matter where they live, are prepared for success in post-secondary education and the workforce. They will help ensure that students are receiving a high-quality education consistently from school to school, from state to state. No matter where they go, they're going to have a quality education. The Iowa Core and the Common Core standards provide a greater opportunity to share experiences and best practices within and across states that will improve our ability to best serve the needs of our students. I think there's like two other main reasons for the adoption of the Iowa Core or the Common and the Iowa Core. One is that I think we need tougher standards to catch up globally. The U.S. has fallen behind a little bit, maybe behind some other countries. The other reason that is that now that states can be compared to one another. I mean, I hate to say that, but it's pretty accurate now that they should be able to kind of compare and contrast states to see where we're at. Now that they have very similar standards. This also helps ensure that a child moving from Maine or Indiana or somewhere to Iowa can expect the same similar curricular expectations. Next one I want to do is just show you quick here how easy it is to find the standards. So if you just go to iowacore.gov, just type that in there. Shouldn't take any time at all. Click on that. Once you get there, you're going to click on browse by grade, and we'll just use 6th grade today, for example. So we'll go to 6 down there. Then you're going to choose a subject, and we'll choose social studies since that's what I used to teach. We'll go to history, and then we'll go to content anchor standard, and then we'll go down to Iowa history because that's what we were just talking about. And I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but 6th grade we had Iowa history, and there's your standard right there. Compare Iowa's geography, natural resources, and climate to other regions in the world. And then I actually made a quick video here. It shows you how to do it. And there's, you can start at iowacore.gov. Boom. Click right there on social studies. Browse by grade. Click. 6th grade. Social studies. Content anchor standard. History, Iowa history. So 7 clicks basically, you can find where and what your child is doing, which is pretty incredible. So once again, I want to thank everyone. My cards are on the back table. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, concerns, anything. Feel free to contact me. Have a great night. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. There's my references if you need them.